Hello my scrappy friends, and a big welcome to my YouTube channel today. Melinda here with you, and I am sharing my latest creation for the Traci Reed Designs design team. It's a mouthful and a half. Today is Easter Sunday, so Merry Easter, or whatever it is that you do today to celebrate. Even if you don't, I hope you are having a lovely day today, and that you get to indulge in whatever your favourite treats are. For me, Cadbury cream eggs. The mini ones are my favourites, but I am not one to say no to most chocolate, unless it's white or Turkish delight, and then no. But anyway, so Sketchy Sunday today, and I showed you the sketch right at the beginning, and I am actually working on a traveller's notebook page here. Well, it's not a page, it is a traveller's notebook spread. It is 2 pages. I'm working in a pocket page notebook, where one page is a paper page and the other is a pocket page. And after much, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? I just decided that I was just going to work on pages as I felt fit and stick them in. Yes, just stick them in. I am one that normally, I don't scrap chronologically, but I do put them in albums chronologically. So that was a really big decision for me. But that's what I've decided to do. This is now stuck into it's not the front page obviously, but the one immediately after that. And then there may be another layout that is from 2 years before this after that. And then maybe one that's from next week after that. So I'm just rolling with it and enjoying the process. This was super fun to work with. Having a sketch really helped as well. I haven't done a lot of traveller's notebook pages, but like I said, this was super fun. I am doing a mixed media layout, and I'm working with 2 collections today. One is the Libris Galaxia, and I've used the traveller's notebook papers for that. And what I've actually done here is in Photoshop, I have duplicated it and flipped it so that it's a mirror image. And I'm going to cut straight down the center. You saw me with my T-square ruler draw that line down the middle, just so that I had an idea of where everything was going. I didn't want to have everything where I thought was the center and then go to cut it and be like, oh my goodness, what have I done here? I do still have this stuck to, well, not still, I do have this stuck to my sticky mat. I knew I was applying mixed media to this, and I wasn't exactly sure how this paper would hold up. It is the Epsom matte Epsom presentation paper. I think it could be the Canon one that I use. It's A4. I don't know. Whichever one it is, it's not super thick, and like I said, I wasn't sure how it was going to react to my mixed media. In the sketch, there is those what looks like really to me, I saw it as thick paint, texture paste strokes. And I thought I would play with a new product today. I've got the Distress Glaze by Tim Holtz here. And if you haven't used this before, it is not like your regular embossing powder. It is coloured, but it is also see-through. So you'll see as this melts, you still get the colour, but you can see the layers underneath it, which I thought was super fun, super cool. I saw someone else using it on YouTube, and I was like, I've got to get me some of that. I'm using the prize ribbon colour with some matte medium, and if I was to do this again, I would work in smaller sections and get the Distress Glaze added to the matte medium and melt it, and then move on to the next section rather than trying to do it all in one go. You can see part of this is dried off. I do go back in off camera and add a little bit more because I end up covering most of it up. But here is a close-up of it. You can see I've done a bunch of stamping on the background. You can see that colour from the embossing glaze, that fun texture from the matte medium, and yeah, you can see right through it. It's so fun. I love it. Can't wait to play with it again. I'm scrapbooking these 2 little photos. They did start out as 3x4. I felt like they were a bit too big to have the 2 of them on this one layout, so I have trimmed them down to squares. And these photos were actually taken at football training one day in, I think, April or May last year, and we'd had a pretty miserable day, and I turned around and the colours in the sky were just magical, absolutely stunning. So I was not the only parent there snapping away, but it absolutely stunning. So I snapped these couple of photos, and though I wanted to scrapbook them, I didn't want to put them onto a full 12 by 12 page. I don't know. It wasn't one of those things that was like, yes, I desperately want to tell this story in a traditional 12 by 12 layout. So that is why I ended up going with the Traveler's Notebook spread here. And I'm really, like I said, I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. It was super fun to create with, and I've got another one on my layout ready to go with the new wildflower collection, which, yeah, I can't wait to get into. Anyway, so the papers are from the Libris Galaxia collection, and then most, if not all, of the embellishments that I'm using here are from the Hocus Pocus collection. Now, the Hocus Pocus collection is actually a Halloween collection. Believe it or not, I picked it because of the pink, the orange, and the yellow, and the purple. I just thought that it complemented the photo beautifully, and so that's why I picked it, and that's what I'm running with. Why not have some beautiful florals on a page about a stunning sky? Seriously. So I've gone with the So Magical as my title. Yes, that is purple. And on the sketch, like I said, there are those, what looks like to me, those really mixed media textured layers. And then tucked into those are labels. Now, I kind of run with that. And I do tuck in the labels at the top and at the bottom. But that's where I got the inspiration to add these labels from. And you can see I kind of take it into my own direction to work better with the photos and with the story I'm trying to tell here. I'm going to add a second label there and add in florals. These florals are gorgeous. When I did choose which florals I was going to use, I just pulled out anything that had green on it and anything that had a spider's web on it. Yes, there are florals with spider webs, and they are gorgeous. I love them. But obviously they did not work for this particular page, so they have gone into my stash, and I'm sure I can find a use for them. I'm just sticking everything as I'm going here. I'm starting to stick as I go, and then I place everything. Once I've got like the bare bones of my layout in place, I can then add a few more bits and pieces, and I come back in and stick everything down afterwards with my Scotch tacky. But you can see there, I am slowly covering up all of that glaze that I've added, and I do come back in and add a bit more. The oranges and pinks in that Hocus Pocus collection work absolutely perfectly with these photos. Absolutely gorgeous. I did want to lose the white border. I felt like there was enough white already on this page, and I've added white borders to my photos, so I didn't want white photos on my labels as well, but I was quite happy with the white borders on my florals, so I'm just tucking those in, getting the placement that I'm happy with. I do go back in off screen and stick all those down like I said. At this point I'm working on colour, going, okay, what colours am I missing in which cluster, and that's how I'm deciding what's going where. Like, I've got no pink up here, so I add that in there, and then I realise that I've got no purple down the bottom. Yeah, no purple, so I'm going to add that in. I'll move it around a bit. I'm like, do I want to add purple? Yes, it really works. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. It's quite funny to watch. And then I'm going to add in these stars. These are from the Libris Galaxia collection. And I just add in 3 of the black ones. Fuss around with them, and then I move the placement anyway. And then I add in some of the sketchy stars that are from the Hocus Pocus collection. I do try the orange ones. I'm like, nope. And so I go with these sketchy ones, and I just add 3 of those. Make a triangle. Off camera, I do cut this page in half and pop it into my notebook, and that's where the photos have been taken. I'm going to add my date and a little bit of journaling. What was the date? May. So it was May last year. If you're questioning, you know, I'm obviously in Australia, and May is what season are we in? May is autumn, so we're heading into the colder weather in May, which explains why we're having crappy weather. So I've got everything stuck down here. I've got my journaling added in. I've got my date. I'm going to add some more splatters in gold, of course. That stunning paper in the background has got gold mixed media on the background already. I'm like, that gives me a perfect excuse to add more. So I'm going to do that on that diagonal. And like I said, off camera, I do cut that in half and stick it straight into my traveler's notebook and call it done. Oh, I'm going to add some bling as well. I add some, I think they're like iridescent gem thingies. They're from Uniquely Creative. And I add them again on that diagonal line. I think I smushed some of my gold. I'm like, you idiot. You should add things before you splatter. But that's okay. It adds to the mixed media look. All right. That one there, right in the center of the photos, I didn't realize when I stuck it down, but it is right on the center line, so I have to move it. Just adding on the last couple of these little guys. Make sure you head over to the Traci's blog so you can check out all of the other fun takes on this sketch. Funnily enough, one of the other girls also used Libris with another collection. It is the Boy Who Lived collection, which is another of my favorites, and I've got another layout coming up with that collection for a different design team. But here is my finished page, so do make sure you head over to the Traci Reed blog and check out all of the other fun takes on this sketch. I had so much fun with this. Leave me a comment below. Do you use travelers notebooks? Do they have a theme? How do you how do you make them work for you? As always, thank you so very much for stopping by today. I hope you've enjoyed, and I look forward to sharing my next creation with you. Have a fantastic day and happy Easter.